Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to another Digimon video. I just love Dullahamon so much, I had to make a gushing video. I just had to worship it, talk a little bit about the evolutionary line. I had to go the full 9 yards with this. Given what I did my recording last night of my short and everything, I had to go all at it. But anyway, one thing to note is a couple details, at least in this artwork, that is I would say, well, one detail is the bottom of the horse coat is a bit a little bit out of whack. I would say, it doesn't seem very flush. It just looks a little weird. And depending on the artwork, the nose for the head could be a bit weird. I don't know. The nose right now is really good, but I'll show the alt art of the card. Not necessarily my favorite, but. Still overall, I absolutely love this Digimon. Definitely contender for my favorite Digimon overall. Definitely one that can beat Alphamon. I have a sinking suspicion. But I do want to show that this morning we did get the alt art for the alt art. And the little head, it looks a little humanoid. I like it to be a little bit more demonic or monstrous. Like just not superhuman or like big honker, I think is my issue. But other than that, this card artwork is pretty good. It's not bad. I definitely want to see other versions of it, but it's not the end of the world. I do think it's pretty good. But the initial, let's see, this is more like the initial artwork. I do think it's better than the initial artwork, just the regular art. But they're both pretty good. I think we'll see better versions over time, but that's just my opinion. But the main thing I want to talk about is the evolutionary line. So, if I'm going to do, if this is my partner, how am I going to do it? Well, for the trainings, we're going to have Tomorimon, the little blue guy. I'll show him in a little sec. And then Onibimon. So these little blue guys in the corner right here. Maybe if I can, let's see, magnify a little bit. Yeah, so these guys right here. So have Tomorimon and then Onibimon. And then of course we got to go with the classic Ghostmon. But here's the thing though. We need to go full 9 yards. We need extra bonuses. So we're going to have the, of course, Armor Forward Ponchomon, because we got to include basically all the ghost type Digimon in this line. And then for Ultimate, for Champions, of course, we have Bakimon. And then because, we have Wizardry, and it is a magical being, we can do the, we can give him the, he can higher programming or Witchiny Digivolve into Soulmon. If I was not going to have, if I had to choose between the two champions, I would choose Soulmon. I just like Soulmon a little bit better. And then, of course, for the Ultimate, we have Phantomon. And because in the card game recently, we saw that Phantomon can digivolve into Metal Phantomon, so that could be more Witchiny business. That's also a possibility. If I had to choose between the Ultimates, I would choose Metal Phantomon personally. Nothing wrong with Phantomon. I like the more hooded look. Like there's a face in there. It just seems to, I would say, work better with the full evolutionary line. And then of course the Mega is gonna be Necromon, and then finally we have Dullahamon as the ultra level. But I saw some other things like online, like in terms of like evolution line, like Kotemon becomes Mosaimon and then Xingtangmon if we're not doing a Jogress. Personally, I like in Toho Braves, Gasamon becomes Musaimon and then Ouroboromon, and then finally into Zambamon. Like having him be a level 7 for Zambamon, it seems like a really good choice. I like that as a bit of a possibility. I could also just see him digivolving from Ouroboromon or like Jogressing with some kind of like metal-based being. Even like Xingtangmon, you could do like a Jogress between the two. I definitely think he's definitely going to be making a lot of appearances. And I could also see him being a mega form for Dark Knightmon as well. Maybe he fuses with his Dark Maeldramon. Could be for an interesting combination. Now, do I want him in Digimon Time Stranger as potential DLC Digimon? I wouldn't mind him being in there, but I think Necromon deserves the spot first before Dullahamon, because, Necromon was the first Ghost Mega. So Dullahamon is the second one. I think I just would rather have Necromon be first. But if I were to do Dullahamon, I think I would want him to be a joggers between Phantomon and another Digimon that's getting introduced into Digimon Time Stranger. Won't say it, but it's a data level Digimon. I am actually very curious about it. It definitely has some intrigue. It definitely has intrigued me. So I'm. It kind of combines with another Digimon and make sort of like the I think kind of like the Titanmon with the Skullbalukimon. I think something along the kin. I'm not sure how it's going to look, because I haven't seen the full picture of said Digimon, just ahead, but it definitely leaves something a bit of an interest. I know it can digivolve into Kintarosmon, so having an evil version of Kintarosmon, then maybe having that digivolve into Dullahamon could be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities if Dullahamon was introduced into Digimon Time Stranger. Like, you could even do him for like a level 7 for Zambamon. The possibilities are endless with him. He can work as a level 7. He can work as a regular base Mega. He's got a whole bunch of different potential. And I think that's what makes him still good. He's just a solid design. He's not like Royal Knight levels, like stronger, or I mean, I guess if you consider him a level 7, yeah, absolutely. But he's has a very generic vibe, but also look very impressive. And I think I really love that. I like I'm appreciating a lot more of the more generic Digimon that are not like Royal Knights, 7 Demon Lords, the Olympus 12, like those kind of non-categories, like just some like more commoner Digimon, I guess. I have a really strong appreciation for them, and Dullahamon definitely falls in that category. Yeah, I still like, overall, I still like everything about him. The horse is still absolute fire for me. That horse is just magnificent. I'm not, for some whatever reason, if I were to if I were to change it or something, I feel like he should also have a shield. I don't know. He seems like he would work, like he would work if he had like a sort of a shield. Maybe he turns it. Maybe he can use one of his coffins into a shield. But he just feels like he should have a shield for some odd reason. I don't know. He just gives off that kind of a vibe. But I mean, that's just a personal thing, and I'm not saying it needs it. It just feels like it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of gush over about Dullahamon. He's just such an amazing looking Digimon. Like, about the potential evolution lines. I still can't definitively say that he's my favorite Digimon. I feel like if I'm gonna upgrade to the finale, I have to see Beat Breaks Megas and potentially Zaphagamon's and even Medusamon's Mega, level 7, and even the rest of Machinamon's line. I think there's just too much left on the table, but this guy is definitely, like, if we're talking about like my second favorite Digimon, which I'd probably say is like maybe Shurimon or something, he easily surpasses it. And so I would say right at the moment, he's either second or tied with Alphamon for me personally. He's just super good, cool. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. Hopefully have a rest of a wonderful Thursday. Catch you guys back. There's going to be some videos tomorrow on Friday and everything, and even one later on today. But I think the next Digimon video is, I don't know. I'm not sure what the next Digimon video is going to be. I might do my love it or hate it one for the Digimon partners before Digimon Beat Break comes out. I'm not 100% sure if that will come, but no, it should come. It will come. I will make it happen. It will just happen late. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hype if you can. Have a great Thursday.